Hi friends, super rainy and gross out today. So I would normally take the golf cart down to the shop, but I'm gonna drive the car because the seat on the golf cart's soaked and that would be a wet, cold ride. So the shop isn't that far. I normally try to walk, golf cart if we have stuff to carry, but I'm gonna jump in the car and we're gonna go to the shop and do the grocery shopping out of the freezers, the canned foods, and probably the walk-in cooler. So come shop with me and do the shopping for the week. Okay, so we're down in the shop and I am going to start grabbing food out of the freezers to take up for dinners for the week. I'm gonna get some totes to put meat in, and I left them in the car, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I didn't even really come down with a plan other than we feed our dogs raw, mostly burgers, so it's whatever we have in the freezer, but we have a lot of burger that we don't necessarily eat. So I need burger for dog food. I can start there, and then I'm just gonna throw some stuff in and see what sounds good for the week, because I have been really bad lately about wanting to cook dinner. I don't take anything out of the freezer, so then it's like a last minute plan, and y'all know how that goes. If you don't take the meat out of the freezer, you don't cook dinner. So we've been eating super simple stuff, whatever thaws fast, and that's not always what you want to eat. It's not always the best. So we never have bad food, but we've been eating like a lot of super simple like burgers and brats and tacos. So maybe we could get a little more in depth with our cooking if we plan ahead a little bit better. So I'm gonna start with burger for the dogs, and I will set you up at that freezer over there with me, and we'll go from there. Okay, I'm just gonna show you guys what this freezer looks like. So this is all of our like sausage, basically ground meat. This is all ground meat. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna start with So every time I feed the dogs, it's 3 pounds, and that does 3 days. So I'm gonna do 6 pounds of burger for them for this week. And then I'm gonna just have like another 3 to have for us at the house for whatever. Okay, what do we have for? So we have different flavors of ground sausage. We have a buffalo flavor one, a sun-dried tomato one, Italian apple flavored for breakfast, maple flavored for breakfast. Let's see. I think there's like a Philly cheesesteak one. There's Italian. So I'm gonna grab an Italian. I know I have a Hawaiian up at the house. It's kind of looking for something different. And just an FYI on the sun-dried tomato, it is spicy. So I'm gonna bring up a maple for breakfast. I have some bacon out already at the house. Let's do a Greek. Okay, moving on. We have a whole tote of ground meat. Okay, next freezer. This one is, I'm gonna have to dig through all the pork bellies because the pork bellies that haven't been cured yet are in here. So I'll dig through those, and then this would be everything like steak, pork chops, any of your larger cuts. So I think I'm gonna grab a roast, probably a beef roast, and probably maybe some pork chops to cook one night. And I don't know, we'll see. So I'm gonna pull out these bellies because they're in the way. Those are all pork bellies, and there's more. Okay, I'm gonna do a beef roast or stew mix, stew meat, a pound of that. And I'm gonna do a small roast, an arm roast. I'm gonna do a pack of short ribs. One thing about the short ribs is I know we won't eat them in the summer. It's just not a meal that we typically eat in the summer, so I should be doing the short ribs now. We also still have one more beef to butcher. So I did a roast, short ribs, and stew meat. I'll put all these pork bellies back. I'm gonna grab some flat iron steaks, because why not? Okay, next, let's see what we've got for pork. So that's a belly. We have lots of hocks, of course. And that's, oh, this is stew meat. Oh, there we go. So let's do some pork chops. Okay, I think that's it from there. Okay, we're gonna walk back to the back freezer and we're gonna grab a milk and cream out of this one, but it looks like the boys put stuff in front of the door. That sounds about right. Okay, so we have lots of cream in the door, and let's grab 2 gallons of milk, some ground turkey, and 1 package of broths. I'm gonna go set. I still have to get the cream, and then we're gonna get some canned goods after that. I got 4 quarts of cream. This is a lot of cream, but this might last for the week, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, the last thing is I'm gonna get some canned goods off of the canned goods shelf. I probably don't need a lot, but I need a few things. So I'm gonna grab that. Green beans and carrots, another jar of baked beans. I'm gonna do a can of chicken, and I wanna make a pasta, a gluten-free egg noodles. So that would be a good like chicken dinner kind of thing. I think I already have tomato sauce. We don't eat a lot of tomato sauce because we don't eat a lot of pasta. So, but I think I have a couple up there, a couple jars of that, and I'll need one of those this week. So this is probably plenty. And of course, I can always come back for more. Okay, I'm stopping at the walk-in cooler. Mostly because I want some ghee. I don't need any potatoes at the house. I don't need onions at the house. Andy just came down and got lard and tallow, and I kept carrots. When I bought the 25-pound bag of carrots, I kept that at the house. But what we don't have is we don't have any ghee, and the ghee on the popcorn is the best. That is my favorite way to eat popcorn, is with ghee. So I think that's all we need from in there. Okay, now the trick is going to be getting them in the freezer up here. Okay, I'm gonna put a pot roast in for this week. So it's just gonna go in the refrigerator to thaw. I think I'm gonna put the short ribs in the freezer because so maybe be the weekend. Okay, we've done this totally backwards, but now from what I brought up from the shopping, I'm going to make a dinner list for the week because I'm more about like what sounds good right now than, oh, this is what we're having for dinner. So I'm going to make a list of the meals that we have. I know what I want today and tomorrow. We'll go from there. We're having flat iron steaks tonight for dinner. And I'll probably do like a can of green beans or carrots with that. Tomorrow I'm gonna do Irish stew because it's supposed to be rainy again, so some nice warm comfort rainy foods would be good. I think Monday, maybe pork chops, and so Monday through Friday is pretty flexible. So we brought pork chops. You can have that. Chicken and noodles. I really want to do that. I want to make the homemade noodles and I just haven't made myself do it. So that's on the list. Chicken and noodles. How about, we had tacos twice last week. I don't want to have tacos again. But maybe let's do a rice bowl with some of our sausage. So we'll do a pork rice bowl. Or even maybe just some fried rice with some ground pork in it. That would be good too. And 2 more meals out of that. What did I have? I did bring up short ribs. So maybe next weekend we'll do short ribs. And maybe some burgers one night. Oh, and then we should have some fish. Okay, meals are planned for the week. And I have things thawing for the next couple days, so we're doing good.